Welcome to Las Grutas in Patagonia, Argentina, where I arrived here late last night, and it's the first time I've come out in the daylight to check it out. When you think of Patagonia, you think it's a bit cold, it's a bit windy, but this is a beach resort, and the reason being is it's got the warmest waters in Patagonia. Now it's coming to the end of the summer season. It is getting a bit chilly. This morning I woke up it was 13 degrees. Not good. But it's a bit warmer now. It's coming just after midday. So the history of this place, to be honest, there's not a lot. It got discovered in the 60s and 70s by the locals from a town further on down, where they discovered the warmer waters. This place was a camping sort of site, and then over the decades it's got bigger and bigger until it is the resort it is today. So Las Grutas is Spanish for the caves, and that is because there is a load of caves down the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is just find my way down the bottom and see these caves, and I might even dip my feet into the water just to see how warm it is. The photos I've seen online during the peak season, and this is probably the center, it looks packed, people everywhere. It is, as I said, the end of the season. It's a bit like a ghost town, and even the hostel that I'm staying in there's just me in it. Last night there was 3 guys who left 8 o'clock this morning on their motorbikes, and they was saying through Google Translate that they were from Brazil, and they were just travelling on their bikes around the whole of Patagonia. But yeah, so the town that really got the locals coming across, you can probably just see a little glimpse of it, San Antonio East, all the way down there. But because it's just grew and grew, it's even got a casino. It's got its own little wheel there that goes round, and I think this is the way down to the beach. Oh, there's some stairs there. And this is the beach. I mean, for the end of season, it's busier than what I thought it would be. And already I can see the caves down there. I am just tempted to try the water out to see how warm it is. Not exactly the Caribbean. And it flip-flops off. Nope, that's definitely not warm. Oh my god, it's freezing. Out, get out, get out, get out. I mean, further on down there's some brave people actually in the sea, up to their ankles. Or their knees. So here are some of the caves. But in the cliff edge themselves, these are monk parakeets. They're noisy as anything. Don't know if you can see them. So they're building nests into the cliff itself. But this place is well known for its wildlife. It's got whale migration that comes along every now and again. Out there are some dolphins. Obviously not today. Oh my god, there's people actually full body into the sea there. Well, they're bigger caves. It looks like you can only come down some stairs. I mean, today feels like a very British summer on a beach. Not quite hot. But people just go and don't care. I'm on holiday. Let's get down and pretend it's summer. What gets me is the fact that you think that San Antonio East people would come here wild camp, and then the news spread throughout Patagonia, then Argentina. But now, all the way down, there's signs going, no camping. Just there. No camping allowed on this beach at all. Right, it's coming to the edge of this beach, but there's another one just round the corner. Might have a little wander around there just to see if the caves are a little bit bigger. And I'm definitely not going back in that water. So this is the other beach, and it's a lot quieter. A load of holiday makers down there just playing beach games. There's a few people fishing. There's a lot less caves. And it's a bit more windier. And there's the view of the town itself. Lots of quiet hotels overlooking the sea. It is windy. I don't know if you can pick it up in the microphone. And when I was walking along, it's a lot more quieter. So I've walked a fair bit now. I've come to the end of the second beach now. But I guess when the tide, which is still going out, is fully out, then it all joins up as one big happy beach together. Now I was tempted to stay for a second full day, a third night in the hostel, but I don't think there's enough here to keep me occupied, busy. Right, let's go up these stairs here. So I've walked about 2.5 kilometers, and this gets to the end of where all the beach life is. It's all down that way. And all around here are all holiday apartments. There's a couple of holiday resorts over that way. I'm getting near to where the bus terminal is that dropped me off last night. So one of the reasons I was thinking about staying a bit longer here is I found that the transport between these places, and I've only been staying like 2 or 3 nights in each place, transport's a bit more expensive than what I thought, and it's eating into my budget. So I needed to stay somewhere that I could actually be interested in for maybe 5 days, that had a cheap hostel. And I am heading further south, and there could be bigger places that I've seen online with cheap hostels that does free breakfasts. Yeah, money is getting tighter and tighter. In fact, to save money, I've even hand washed my only hoodie that I have to keep warm on a night time and first thing in the morning in Patagonia, and it's currently getting dried in this beautiful wind back at the hostel. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back into the centre just to check that out, to see what it's like during the busy seasons, to see if there's plenty of things to do. I've been out for so long that the tide's gone really out, but when you look down on the beach itself now, this was all water before, but you've got all these rock formations that I don't know if they're natural or man-made. You've got a circle down there, then a rectangular shape pool, and further down you've got like a bigger rectangular shape area. I may have a little wander down. So the two beaches have been joined as one, and this is one of the things I was looking at. This is, well, you can just see that's the edge of this rectangular place in from the land, but you've got at the end two people swimming in this rectangular thing, so it's quite deep. And I am taking my time walking because it is very slippy around here. And then you've got another natural pool. That's what I'm calling it, because it doesn't look man-made. And then it's got a little channel that takes the water out into the sea. And with the tide being so far out, you can be able to see the caves more prominently in the cliff face. And then you come down to this one, which is the circular rock pool. Now that can't be natural, can it? I mean, it's deep enough. So I've come off the beach, which is a lot busier than what it was earlier, and this is, I guess, the central, and it's dead, obviously off season. I mean, you can imagine what it'd be like a couple of months ago. Bars, restaurants, shops. I don't think anything's open. So because I am very hungry, I thought I'd have a look at the cafes that are open, and I found somewhere that sold burger and fries for 22,000 pesos. That's about £11. Definitely tourist prices around here. Or they've put the prices up because they know they're one of a few that's still open. And this is the beach with the tide right out. And I guess this place would be amazing when it's peak season. It even boasts an Irish bar over there. And I'm just walking around here because you've got the normal sign that you get at tourist places. Its full name, Las Grutas. But I'm going to head back now to the hostel, mainly because it is coming up to 3:30 in the afternoon. I've been out for about 3 hours, and I need food So I'm going to go to a supermarket and then do some cooking. But I'm glad I came. It's been interesting seeing the caves, seeing the tide in, seeing the tide out, seeing what could be a really busy place in tourist season. And if you've enjoyed it, then all you got to do is press that like button. Tomorrow I will be leaving early. There's a bus, I think, about 9 o'clock-ish, and I'll be heading more south with a dry hoodie. I'm not too sure where, but I'll work it out tonight when I look online. And if you want to see what it's like, then all you got to do is press that subscribe button. But until the next time, bye bye for now.